You're listening to leadai.dev, your daily updates on AI development. Today's topic is Cloudflare's enterprise MCP architecture cuts AI token costs by 90%. Here's a quick overview. Cloudflare reveals their internal strategy for governing model context protocol deployments, introducing code mode that reduces AI token costs by up to 90% while maintaining enterprise security. Now, let's ask our analyst about these developments. What's new? Cloudflare's enterprise MCP reference architecture?
Cloudflare has released their internal reference architecture for Model Context Protocol MCP deployments, addressing the critical gap between AI tool adoption and enterprise governance. The architecture combines Cloudflare Access for authentication, AI Gateway for traffic management, and newly introduced MCP server portals for centralized control. This comprehensive approach emerged from Cloudflare's own internal MCP rollout, where they discovered traditional deployment methods created security vulnerabilities and unpredictable costs that could spiral into thousands of dollars monthly per developer. The centerpiece of this architecture is code mode, a revolutionary approach that replaces traditional token heavy AI interactions with structured code execution. Instead of sending entire code bases as context tokens to AI models, code mode enables AI agents to execute specific functions directly within sandboxed environments. This architectural shift reduces token consumption by 90% while maintaining the same functional capabilities. The system works by pre-registering code functions as MCP tools, allowing AI models to call these functions with minimal token overhead rather than processing large context windows. Previously, enterprise MCP deployments suffered from three critical issues: uncontrolled AI spending, shadow IT adoption of unauthorized MCP servers, and lack of visibility into AI tool usage patterns. Traditional approaches require developers to manually manage MCP server connections, leading to inconsistent security policies and cost overruns. Cloudflare's reference architecture transforms this chaotic landscape into a governed, observable, and cost-effective system that maintains developer productivity while ensuring enterprise compliance requirements. Code mode reduces token cost by 90% through function execution instead of context passing. MCP server portals provide centralized governance for all AI tool connections across the organization. AI gateway integration enables real-time monitoring and cost controls for MCP traffic. Shadow MCP detection rules automatically identify unauthorized AI tool usage patterns. Access-based authentication ensures only authorized personnel can deploy MCP servers.
Thank you for that analysis. Let's move on. Who benefits from enterprise MCP architecture implementation?
Enterprise development teams with 50 plus engineers represent the primary beneficiaries of this MCP architecture. These organizations typically struggle with AI tool sprawl, where individual developers adopt various AI assistants and code generation tools without central oversight. Platform engineering teams particularly benefit from these centralized control mechanisms as they can now enforce security policies, monitor usage patterns, and prevent cost overruns across all AI integrations. Companies spending more than $10,000 monthly on AI development tools will see immediate ROI through code mode's token reduction capabilities. DevOps and security teams gain unprecedented visibility into AI tool usage through the integrated monitoring capabilities. The architecture enables them to track which developers are using which AI models, identify potential security risks from unauthorized tools, and implement granular access controls. Startups and scale-ups experiencing rapid team growth particularly benefit from the governance framework, as it prevents the common scenario where AI tool costs scale exponentially with team size without corresponding productivity gains. Organizations should delay implementation if they have fewer than 20 developers or limited AI tool usage currently. The overhead of implementing the full architecture may not justify the benefits for smaller teams. Additionally, companies without existing Cloudflare infrastructure should carefully evaluate the total cost of adoption, as this architecture assumes existing access and gateway subscriptions. Teams primarily using simple AI chat interfaces rather than code generation tools may not realize significant token savings from code mode. Enterprise teams with 50 plus developers and existing AI tool sprawl challenges platform engineering teams needing centralized AI governance and cost-controlled DevOps teams requiring visibility into AI tool usage and security compliance organizations spending $10,000 plus monthly on AI development tools seeking cost optimization.
Great insight, really helpful context. How to get started. Step-by-step MCP architecture implementation.
Begin implementation by auditing your current AI tool landscape and establishing baseline metrics for token usage and costs. Install the Cloudflare CLI and ensure you have appropriate permissions for access, gateway, and workers configuration. Create a dedicated Cloudflare zone for your MCP infrastructure and configure DNS records for your planned MCP server endpoints. Document all existing AI integrations, including unofficial tools developers may be using, as these will need to be migrated or replaced within the new architecture. Configure Cloudflare access policies to control MCP server access based on user groups, device trust, and geographic restrictions. Set up AI gateway rules to route MCP traffic through monitoring and cost control mechanisms. Deploy the MCP server portal using Cloudflare workers, customizing the interface to match your organization's AI tool approval workflow. Create shadow MCP detection rules in Gateway that identify unauthorized AI traffic patterns, including unusual token volumes, unregistered endpoints, and suspicious user agent strings. Implement code mode by identifying high token usage scenarios in your current AI workflows and converting them to function based interactions. Start with common operations like code analysis, documentation generation, and test creation. Create sandboxed execution environments for these functions and register them as MCP tools. Configure monitoring dashboards to track token savings and usage patterns across the organization. Establish regular review processes for approving new MCP servers and monitoring compliance with established policies. Audit existing AI tools and establish baseline token usage metrics across teams. Configure access policies with user group restrictions and device trust requirements. Deploy MCP server portal using workers with customized approval workflows. Implement shadow MCP detection rules targeting unauthorized AI traffic patterns. Convert high token operations to code mode functions with sandboxed execution. Environments establish monitoring dashboards and regular compliance review processes.
That's a very interesting point. Tell us about competitive context. How enterprise MCP architecture changes AI governance.
This architecture positions Cloudflare significantly ahead of traditional AI gateway solutions like Kong's AI Gateway or Azure's AI Services, which focus primarily on API management without addressing the specific challenges of MCP deployments. While competitors offer basic traffic routing and authentication, Cloudflare's approach uniquely combines cost optimization through code mode with comprehensive governance capabilities. Microsoft's approach through Azure OpenAI requires organizations to commit to their ecosystem, whereas Cloudflare's solution works with any AI provider and maintains vendor neutrality. The code mode innovation creates a substantial competitive advantage over token-based AI solutions. Traditional approaches from OpenAI, Anthropic, and others charge per token processed, creating unpredictable costs that can explode with large code bases or complex contexts. By shifting to function execution, Cloudflare enables organizations to achieve consistent AI capabilities at fraction of the cost. This approach also reduces latency compared to sending large context windows, providing both cost and performance benefits that pure API management solutions cannot match. However, the architecture requires significant Cloudflare infrastructure investment and may not suit organizations already committed to other cloud providers' AI ecosystems. The learning curve for implementing code mode can be substantial, particularly for teams without strong DevOps capabilities. Additionally, the solution's effectiveness depends heavily on the ability to decompose AI workflows into discrete functions, which may not be suitable for all use cases requiring large context understanding or complex reasoning across multiple domains. Outperforms Kong AI Gateway and Azure AI Services through integrated MCP-specific governance. Code mode provides 90% cost reduction compared to traditional token-based AI solutions. Vendor-neutral approach contrasts with Microsoft's Azure-locked AI ecosystem, requires significant Cloudflare infrastructure investment and DevOps expertise.
Good analysis. Let's continue. What's next? Future implications for enterprise AI governance?
Cloudflare's roadmap includes expanding code mode capabilities to support more complex AI workflows, including multi-step reasoning and cross-function orchestration. The company plans to introduce automated function discovery that can analyze existing code bases and suggest optimal code mode conversions. Integration with popular development environments like VS Code and JetBrains IDEs will streamline the developer experience, while enhanced analytics will provide deeper insights into AI productivity gains and cost optimization opportunities. The broader ecosystem implications suggest a shift toward function-based AI interactions across the industry. As more organizations adopt MCP, the demand for governance solutions that can handle distributed AI tool deployments will increase significantly. This creates opportunities for specialized tooling around MCP server management, security scanning, and cost optimization that complement Cloudflare's foundational architecture. Long term, this architecture represents a maturation of enterprise AI adoption, moving from experimental individual tool usage to systematic, governed deployments. Organizations implementing this approach now will be positioned to scale AI capabilities efficiently as models become more powerful and use cases expand. The emphasis on cost control and governance suggests that enterprise AI success will depend as much on operational excellence as on model capabilities. Automated function discovery will analyze code bases for optimal code mode conversions. IDE integrations will streamline developer experience for MCP server management. Enhanced analytics will provide deeper AI productivity, and cost optimization insights. Ecosystem growth will drive demand for specialized MCP governance and security tooling.
Great analysis. So, what are the key takeaways from all of this?
Implement code mode to reduce AI token costs by 90% through function execution instead of context passing. Deploy MCP server portals for centralized governance of all AI tool connections across your organization. Configure shadow MCP detection rules to identify and prevent unauthorized AI tool usage. Start with high token usage scenarios when converting existing AI workflows to code mode architecture.
And what market signals should our listeners watch for?
Enterprise AI cost control becomes critical. Cloudflare's focus on token cost reduction through code mode signals that enterprise AI spending has reached unsustainable levels for many organizations. The 90% cost reduction potential indicates that current token-based pricing models are creating significant budget pressures. This shift toward function-based AI interactions suggests the market is maturing beyond experimental usage toward production-scale deployments where cost predictability becomes essential for business planning. AI governance tools emerge as competitive differentiator. The comprehensive governance capabilities in Cloudflare's MCP architecture highlight the growing importance of AI tool management in enterprise environments. As AI adoption accelerates, organizations need sophisticated controls for security, compliance, and cost management. This positions AI governance platforms as critical infrastructure, similar to how API management became essential during the microservices transition. Companies without robust AI governance will struggle to scale their AI initiatives safely. Model Context Protocol gains enterprise traction. Cloudflare's investment in MCP-specific infrastructure indicates that the protocol is moving beyond experimental adoption toward enterprise-grade deployment. The reference architecture addresses real pain points that organizations face when scaling AI tool usage, suggesting MCP will become a standard for AI agent communication. This creates opportunities for specialized tooling and services around MCP deployment, monitoring, and optimization as more enterprises adopt the protocol.
What should developers and operators do with this information?
Audit current AI tool usage and costs within 2 weeks to establish baseline metrics for ROI measurement. Implement code mode for top 3 highest token usage scenarios within 30 days to achieve immediate cost savings. Deploy shadow MCP detection rules immediately if AI spending exceeds $5,000 monthly to prevent unauthorized usage. Plan full architecture rollout over 90 days for organizations with 50+ developers to ensure proper governance implementation.
Thank you for listening to LeadAI.dev. Stay tuned for our next daily updates in this rapidly emerging market.